Okay, and we are live. Welcome to another episode of the Insight Podcast. Today we have Irina Maltseva, the growth lead at Aura currently, previous CMO of Hunter.io, and also SEO advisor for other SaaS companies. Hello, Irina. Welcome.
Hello. Thanks for inviting me to your podcast.
Pleasure is mine. So as we said, Irina, we're going to focus on your experience at Hunter. It was a well-known B2B SaaS in the sales space, where you were able to help them grow their user base by 30%, primarily from SEO. So Hunter, from what I know, is a pretty small operation. Were you the solo marketer when this happened? Were you part of a team? What kind of resources did you have available during that time?
Yeah, so Hunter is I would say the most well-known company in the email lookup industry. So as I'm in SEO, pretty much I'd say 90%, 99% of the people I speak with, they know Hunter. So they are small, but not many people know they are small. So basically there are, for now, I believe more than 3 million customers, and the team who is behind it, when I joined, was 10 people. Now I believe it's bigger, probably like around 20, but it's still, relatively small, a small amount of employees who are working for this huge amount of customers. So yeah, I was the first marketing hire. That was pretty much an interesting task. So before me, there were no marketer, no CMO, no head of marketing. I mean, no one. Basically, Hunter is founded by two French guys, Antoine and Francois. Antoine is a technical guy. Francois is more kind of technical and also a marketing guy. So he was kind of handling all of the marketing before I joined. But for co-founders, there is normally a lot on their plate to do. So basically, that was logical to start expanding it and to hire someone who can do marketing and focus on that. So yeah, I was the first person there.
Nice. I've had the pleasure of being in that role a few times. It's a unique position to be in. Did you end up growing the team, or did you stay solo, with freelancers and agency throughout your time there?
Yeah, so I think for the first probably half a year or year, I was doing everything pretty much myself, because there were a lot of tasks related to establishing a strategy. Because when you join a pretty developed company that already has a lot of users, it's this that has some processes established, but marketing was not. So my first task was just to understand where we should go, and it didn't make sense to hire many people from scratch, because first we need to establish the direction. At the end, we hired some people in-house. It was not a huge amount. There were basically, besides me, a content manager, and also who was working full-time. There was also a designer, but designer was working both with the marketing team, with the development team, on the product itself. Also, we hired a team of SEO specialists, mostly link builders. There were 3 people who were working full-time with us through Upwork platform. And also, so I cannot count them, as a freelancers, because basically we hired them first. We were thinking, oh, probably it can be a part-time, but at the end they had a full-time job with us, and everyone was super happy about it. And also we had pretty a lot of freelancers we worked with on a content, on prospecting, because we were doing a lot of link building, and for that link building we need to basically find prospects. And also we work like with external designers. So I'd say internal team was very small, but there were a lot of resources and people we worked with on a regular basis who we treated as employees because they were with us for a long time and they were also spending a lot of their time helping us on a daily basis growing Hunter's marketing.
Yeah. What how important was SEO? So what in terms of your acquisition channels for Hunter, was SEO the primary acquisition channel or
Yes, it was
demand
a
gen channel?
primary. So I would say 90% of clients, customers, revenue were coming from organic search, if not more, probably 95. I don't know. I didn't really do this calculation, but evidently we were able to see that SEO is a number one for us. And we've been trying, other things like PPC, social media ads and stuff like retargeting, affiliates. But at the end, we decided to invest more time and more efforts in something that already works. And considering we were a small team, we weren't able, to do like podcasts, webinars, PPC, affiliates. I wasn't able to handle everything myself. So that's why we made this focus on SEO, and it worked pretty well. You see the results. Hunter is now at, I think, 500,000 traffic, so and still converts a lot of customers from organic.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to know. It seems to me, I don't know, just a fun fact. It seems to me that a lot of companies rely on SEO and on traffic from Google, as their main channel, regardless of what. Somehow I had the idea that they are using all these different channels, but really it seems like everyone is relying on SEO. Maybe this will change this year with all the updates, but it has been the case in the past few years.
It depends from company to company, like I'd say, but yeah, like probably this year in 2024, it's gonna change because with the SG rollout, with a couple of helpful content updates earlier this year, many websites were hurt, and those who were hurt, they start to think, okay, probably we shouldn't focus like on one channel only because if we are like growing and then Google releases something and we lose half of our traffic and half of our revenue, probably we need to distribute, like probably we need to like do more of the PPC just in case. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, like for me, SEO is basically the main thing I do, and this is something I love doing, and I really always happy to see how companies are growing on Google and how we get number one positions and how we outrank our competitors.
It is nice, indeed. Going back to Hunter, so SEO was big for the company. Like I said, 90% of acquisition came from there. So it'd be nice to hear some of the things you did to reach that, to have it reach that point. Like what successful initiatives you put in place. What was some of those things that impacted that growth the most, as well as some, maybe some things that didn't work out. What would you say some of the most important, some of the highlights were from kind of Hunter's SEO journey while you were there?
So basically, when I joined, there were like a lot of traffic, and Hunter was already converting customers from organic. But there was like a huge like a lot of things to improve to make it work even better. So it was one of the first things. So basically, Hunter's website is very simple. You can see there are a lot of simple pages dedicated to Hunter's products, and there are not many products. Basically, email finder, email verifier, and one of the recent products Hunter launched just a couple of years ago. It campaigns, basically an outreach tool. And all of these products, they had product pages that were a primary acquisition channel, like for each tool. Competition was insanely tough. We were getting some traffic, but not for all of the keywords. We were ranking number one. So our goal at that time when I joined was one of the first goals, basically, to make us rank for as many target keywords high as possible and to outrank our competitors. Basically, what we were doing is just like on-page SEO, because some pages just needed like basically redesign, like keyword optimization. We changed the structure. We implemented an FAQ that worked pretty well. So we implemented a lot of like basically questions that our customers were asking our like help center. It's not just like fully SEO, related questions, but we matched them like the keywords and also what our customers were really asking very often. So that was like a section. Besides that, we put a lot of efforts into speed optimization. Though all of our pages were the fastest among our competitors, so experience was like really high level. And we were also working a lot on engagement and bounce rate. Basically, if you Google say find email address, you land on a mail finder page. And then our goal was to like simplify the page as much as possible so the person starts finding email right away, and everyone got access to 25. I think it was at the time 25 free credits. So like the engagement was very important for SEO also, and obviously backlinks. Backlinks was something that we were spending a lot of time, efforts on. We had a dedicated team of 3 link builders, and like we distributed different pages between them, and we were just building these links nonstop. And by finding emails through Hunter and by running the campaigns through Hunter campaigns, basically we were building links with our own product. And another thing, like an important thing that I worked on when I joined, Hunter didn't have a blog. And that was the part that Hunter really missing, because of all the competitors had blogs. And, something, if you're a SaaS, you need to have it. And also I developed a
Interesting.
blog.
So sorry to interrupt you, Irina. So you were ranking for this email verifier page even without a blog?
Yes, that's correct. There were no blog, no content, nothing. Just probably like 5 pages that were really bringing traffic, and that's it.
Wow. And you were ranking number 1?
But for many keywords, yes. But like they say, if we speak about email finder, there are so many variations of email like email verifier or email finder. Let's say email verifier, verify someone's email, validate email validator, etc. Like 20 or 30 different terms. For some of them, we're ranking high, but for some of them, okay, we are not ranking. Let's say we are 5, 6, 7, like bottom of the page. What we need to change on our page? What kind of we've been testing a lot of things to basically not to lose the positions that we already have, and also to improve the positions of the other keywords. Because sometimes when you do on-page optimization, you can just accidentally remove some important keywords, and then ranking for keywords start to drop when the others go up. So you always need to balance, and in SEO, it's not fast when you do these tests. You also need to wait for Google to crawl it, to see the results. So basically, we were like doing these changes. We were waiting, seeing results, and then just like iterating again, and again.
That's very interesting. So I want to continue on this a little. So this is interesting to me because there's this idea that you need topical authority to rank in a certain industry, right? But here we have an example where and topical authority is said to be built by covering a certain topic comprehensively, right? And that is usually done through writing a lot of blog articles about those topics. But here we have an example where you are ranking number one in a quite competitive industry without that. Obviously, the page and this is right what's called product-led SEO. So you have a very good pre-product that matches the user intent perfectly, and it works great, and you have great engagement rates on the page. People spend a lot of time, people search for multiple emails. But it's interesting that you don't need anything else, or that you didn't need anything else. What are your thoughts on that? Well, links, right? Maybe links is one thing you needed, but
so like if you see even now, like the blog is great, it converts, it's growing, but the percentage of traffic that the blog receives to the percentage of traffic that the product pages receive, it's just like, the blog would be a minority in this case. So we really invested most of our time, like, why you should focus on a blog, why you should like really build like a lot of backlinks to your blog if it's not the first touch point. So basically, after reading an article, someone clicks on your product, so it's just like, an extra step. For us, it made more sense if we see there is a lot of potential in the product pages. Why not to invest our SEO efforts in those pages if we see it's growing, it's improving? So basically, this is how it was working, and I believe like from like if there is one like secret sauce behind it all, it's backlinks, because I believe I was probably too strict with backlinks, and we I mean in terms of quality, in terms of relevancy, we were building links only from like DR70 websites, only relevant like websites, super relevant. Also, we are doing it like in a huge amounts. So like 30, 40, 50 backlinks per month easily. And, it's not just like 2, 3. If you now open Hunter's backlink profile, you'll see they are probably leaders like in this niche called email outreach and email lookup in mail verifier in terms of quality and the quantity of the backlinks. Whatever SEOs like experts say, oh, links are not important, etc., they're still important. As long as they are relevant, they are bringing value. I mean, probably those people who build who have a homepage, build 5-10 backlinks to it, and then say, oh, links aren't working, probably didn't do a good enough job. Probably you needed like to build more backlinks, like better quality, etc. But obviously you also need to do other things that were already fixed at Hunter, like good website speed, very user-friendly pages, basically for those people who were looking for solving a problem, like basically finding someone email address, they were able to do it right away on a page. It's an important part. I'm not saying just like the page is like, bad, or like if it's like slow, it doesn't give you what you need, etc., etc. Links will help. No, links won't help. But if you first fix all of this important stuff, and you're sure that your page is perfect, then you can scale on links, and it's gonna work.
Very interesting. Okay, what other interesting things do can you share? I saw you had also a template directory.
Yeah, that was another interesting project. So I can't really had ambitious goals for pretty much everything. One of like my ambitious goals was to create the biggest cold email directory like on the industry in the world, because I saw that many people need some help and some guidance in writing emails. It's, not all of us are great at copywriting. I mean, you can be like a very technical guy who need to do sales because you are the only one guy at your company at the moment. So you need like some insights on how to write these emails. And basically, this is what we did. The project started this way. So I was just contacting the people who I knew good and cold emailing, and I was asking them for their best performing cold email templates. And this is how it started. And then I created a form where people were able to submit their best performing cold emails. And at some point, we collected like a few hundreds, and we are like, okay, so we are ready to launch it. Um, that was a great way not only to educate customers and help them throughout their journey, but it also was one of the good way to attract new users to try Hunter, because basically we had the categories of the emails. We didn't like target a specific templates in SEO. It has no search volume, etc. What can you target in a copy of the email, etc. So basically we divided all of the emails by categories: best sales email templates, follow-up email templates, link building email templates, by categories and subcategories, and we were driving traffic to all of these categories and subcategories. Like there were a few things we did. Basically, on the page of the templates, there are a lot of engagement you can do. You can add this template directly into Hunter campaigns, Hunter's outreach tool, and you can start using this template right away. So it's driving new like customer signups. Also, another way of engagement was to download this template. So you can see people just like on Reddit, basically real people are voting for real templates, the ones that they like or the ones that work best for them. This is one component, like engagement, and I think it's also a good signal for Google that people are just spending some time, on a page, and they're checking the product, etc. In terms of SEO, we did like this keyword research for the categories, and also we optimize these categories pages with extra text, let's say, that is relevant to these categories. If it's a keyword, let's say, follow-up email templates, we will provide some information on how to write a successful follow-up email templates, on how to create subject lines for follow-up email templates. Everything related to it, which has a search volume and which is also relevant to our customers. And all of these pages have this information, and obviously backlinks just on top of that, as usual. So, no secret strategies. Great pages, great content, engagement, links, on-page optimization. That's it.
Yeah, the fundamentals done well, right? There's no
yeah, exactly.
special trick. I actually studied your template directory while I was at Quickmail. I wanted to do one of our own. It was a thing. I think multiple competitors had it. But I already had some blog articles, so not, like 6 best templates to whatever, but it's in blog form. Like it's a long form article. It's not like a nice thing you can browse. And they didn't really convert. And I didn't ultimately go ahead with this project, this template project, because I couldn't, based on the data of the blog articles, I couldn't convince my boss that it was worth doing. But I think one very good thing you did that probably solved that issue to some point was adding that CTA of, use this template and it takes you to the product, right? So you like the template and you say, okay, send an email with this template or use this template in Hunter campaigns or something like that. So you actually transition them to the product. How was conversion from the project, and were they mainly coming as a result of this CTA?
Besides the CTA, we actually, another thing that I forgot to mention is that we also created an embed HTML that we added into our articles. Let's say if we have an article on follow-up email templates, we obviously wanted to show some examples. And this embed also has a CTA button that allows to automatically add it to your library and to start sending it right away. I don't remember the exact conversion rates at this point. So I left Hunter 2 years ago, but it was good enough to continue working on this directory and to add new templates and work. Basically, it didn't take us a lot of time, but it brought some good results. I believe like only every month we got more than 5,000 visitors just like from templates, and most of them were adding it to Hunter campaigns, because Hunter campaigns is absolutely free tool for outreach. If you're sending from one email address, so if you are not a huge company, if you don't have like million of employees, you can use it for free. So there was no obstacle, not to use it, not to convert, because if it's a first stage of the journey and the person looks for email. The second step of the journey is like, okay, I need to change it, how I will be sending it. But we were given an kind of an incentive, try send it for free with Hunter campaigns. And once you have like a bigger need, or you need to send it like for multiple domains, and they were able to upgrade. And also like the price weren't crazy, I believe, like cheaper than in many competitors. So I think it all really impacted the conversion rate in a good way.
Right. You also mentioned you had a project that didn't work out so well, where there was no search volume for a certain product type, and you tried to grow with SEO and eventually didn't work out. I'd like to hear a little bit about that, if you don't mind sharing.
Yeah, sure. That was an interesting project. It's called Author Finder. I think for now you cannot find it because since it was unsuccessful in terms of SEO, in terms of customer acquisition. But I cannot say it was a bad product. The product was great, but we were just not able to find a product market fit. So what this tool did, it was just like an idea. I don't remember in one of the brainstorm. I don't remember who had it. Like probably like this Francois, the Hunter's co-founder, usually had this like weekly conversations, like long brainstorms, and like one of us just like, oh, cool, yeah, let's do it. So this product helped to find email addresses and authors of the articles. Basically, all you need to do is you just insert the URL of an article, and you got name, surname, and email address, and you can outreach this person. It's very good for link building.
Mm.
If you want to reach out to a specific editor or whatever, or if you're like in the PR, media relations. I was doing it a lot of times when I wanted, to find an email of the author. The problem is we built this tool. It was great. I was using it all the time. Our team of link builders, they were using it all the time. Everyone was pretty happy. But in terms of business perspective, um, it didn't work because there was no search volume behind this keyword. So basically, all of the SEO people, they have this problem of finding someone behind a specific article, but they are not searching on how to solve this problem. They are not searching what is the tool that will help me to find an author and email. It's like the search query is like too complicated. You cannot even say how to about this tool. Like I need to find an author of the article, like email address, like what tool should I use? So it was like no search volume behind it. We were trying to we were thinking, okay, probably those people who are using other products that have a great search volume will just go on our website and discover it. We were pushing it through our email channels, through our notifications, social media, etc. But since SEO was our primary acquisition channel, this strategy didn't work for us because this specific product didn't have any search volume, and it was so hard to push it for us. Probably if we had a bigger team, a dedicated product manager, marketing manager who would work on this product, it would work better. But at that time, we didn't have enough resources to push it, and I was not sure if it was successful. So we decided just to give up and focus on the things and invest more time and efforts in something that already worked for us.
We're a bit over time. Do you still have a bit more time?
Yeah, I think just we can quickly wrap up in 5 minutes or something, whatever.
Okay, good. I was just gonna ask, how long after this project did you actually end it, and how was that decision made? Because sometimes people struggle. I struggled, with saying, okay, this is not working. Let's just move on to something else.
I wasn't with the company at the time when they decided to remove this tool, but it was evident that at some point it needs to be removed because it was not a high usage. We were just speaking all the time about it, but we were very hesitant about making a decision. But when I left, I think they made a decision. So I'm not sure how exactly it was made because I wasn't with the company at that time.
Good. Well, we could talk on forever, but we have to end at some point. Maybe we'll do another podcast in the future where we cover some of the things you did at Aura too. But for now, thanks a lot for coming on the cast. Some great. I learned some interesting things, and I'm sure those who will listen will have the same opinion. So thanks for joining.
Thanks a lot again for inviting. It was an interesting conversation, specifically interesting because you worked with a similar niche and you understand how it all works. So Clickmail, I think it was not a direct competitor of Hunter, but somehow I think you're competing on some terms. So yeah, that was definitely interesting to speak to you about it and about our past projects and our past experiences.
Nice. Thanks, Irina.